It's really, I find it really, really sad because it's cultural, but it affects our lives today. I think it makes our lives worse. And it's also, isn't it, just a sign of something that's a change for the worst. The fact that we are spending less time talking to each other face to face. And the decline of the pub really exemplifies that, doesn't it? Thank you, Dave. Lovely to talk to you this morning. More of your calls to come on pubs in a couple of minutes' time. And this.
Big news reverberating from D.C. is investigating the Jeffrey Epstein case, of course, now issuing subpoenas to several high-profile people. That includes Bill and Hillary Clinton.
A congressional committee orders the U.S. Department of Justice to hand over files relating to the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein and, significantly, subpoenas both Hillary and Bill Clinton to give evidence. Bringing the very latest on that straight after the news headlines with James Kitchen.
A senior UN diplomat has described reports of a planned Israeli occupation of Gaza as deeply alarming. Assistant General Secretary Miroslav Jenka has told a meeting of the Security Council that Gaza must remain part of a future Palestinian state. A damning report into the Titan submersible disaster says the deaths of the 5 people on board were preventable. The vessel imploded on a trip to the wreck of the Titanic in June 2023. And Bill and Hillary Clinton are among a list of high-profile figures to be subpoenaed in the Jeffrey Epstein sex trafficking case. The U.S. House Oversight Committees also ordered the Justice Department to hand over files relating to the paedophile financier. LBC weather heading into a fine day for most with plenty of sunshine. Skies will turn cloudier across the west later, feeling warmer with light winds and highs of 24 degrees.
This is LBC.
With Lidl Plus Bakery Spin, simply shop and spin to win a free Lidl Bakery coupon on every shop. Download Lidl Plus and get at the Retail Industry Awards Supermarket of the Year. 18 plus GB residents. Various prizes available. Subject to availability. Ends 20th of August. Full T's and C's apply. See lidl.co.uk/spin.
Vodafone's new customer service is a little bit different. It's called Just Ask Once. Message them on the Vodafone app. You deal with one person and they keep you updated until it's sorted. So you can get on with your day. Walkies it is then. Just Ask Once. Customer service made easy from Vodafone, the nation's network.
Available via your My Vodafone app. Messaging service only. Exclusions apply. Vodafone UK, supporting the nation since 1984. More details, vodafone.co.uk/network.
At ulesprosperity.com, you buy the car and we pay you up to £600 per month in rental income. For conditions, visit ulesprosperity.com.
This is LBC with Ben Kentish.
Keep your calls coming in on both of the questions we're asking. I'm asking you this hour. Partly, why are pubs closing in the numbers that they are? One a day, shutting its doors in this country at the moment. And secondly, whether you think it matters. And if you do, why? Because quite a few people are getting in touch saying, well, no, it doesn't really. Yeah, it's a bit sad, people lose their jobs, but the world changes, times change, people move on. Pubs were a big thing. Now it's all about, I don't know, bubble tea shops. Someone says a pub near them was turned into a well-being bar, well-being venue. I don't even know what that is. Does it matter? Is it just the way of the world? We used to have, I don't know, bear fighting and cockfighting pits, and now we don't. Pubs are going the same way. Shrug your shoulders. Yeah, world moves on. I don't agree with that. I think we lose a lot when we lose pubs, but what is it specifically? 03456060973. 12:35 the time. Ben Kentish here on LBC. Let's go stateside and get the very latest for a couple of minutes on quite a big development today into the mounting investigation into the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein and his associates. A congressional committee today deciding to subpoena both Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton to give evidence in relation to that investigation. Joseph Tully joins us, criminal defence attorney, legal author based in San Francisco. Joseph, great to have you with us on LBC this morning. Tell us more, if you would, about what this committee is and what they are asking of Bill and Hillary Clinton. Good morning.
Good morning. So it is a member or a body of Congress, the House Oversight Committee. And basically, they issued subpoenas to many, many people, high-profile people, Department of Justice officials under former presidents. And the thrust of these subpoenas is to get more information about how the Epstein criminal case was handled by prior Department of Justice officials.
Why are they so interested in Bill and Hillary Clinton? And is this politically motivated at all? Because presumably this is a Republican-led committee.
Well, it is led by a Republican. However, the Democrats, the issue has flipped. This was a main issue that Trump campaigned on. However, as of late, he's been saying it's all a hoax. So Democrats have kind of flipped on the issue, and now they want to get to the bottom of this because it's anti-Trump. So this really is a bipartisan effort, and it doesn't look like. I mean, it might be slightly politically motivated. However, the Clintons would be outside any statute of limitations issues. There's not a criminal investigation going on. It's literally just the House Oversight Committee wants more information on how the Department of Justice handled the Epstein case. Was the offer too lenient? Who were the players involved? What was the motivation? Those kind of details.
How worried, Joseph, do you think Donald Trump might be and should be about where this investigation might end up in relation to him? Because Jeffrey Epstein famously at one point boasted that he was Donald Trump's best friend.
Yes. If the Clintons are outside the statute of limitations, I think Donald Trump is outside the statute of limitations. Ghislaine Maxwell famously appears in a photo of Chelsea Clinton's wedding. So it's just that Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell were thick with a lot of influential people in America. So I think there's fear on both sides of the aisle. But I don't see this, getting to the bottom of anything. I don't see this really resulting in Donald Trump behind bars or the Clintons behind bars.
Just finally, it's very rare, is it not, for former presidents to be subpoenaed in the way that Bill Clinton has been?
It is extremely rare, yes. I think unless it's a really big deal, it just looks bad. It looks bad for the country. And in decades past, this kind of thing would have been avoided because it kind of smacks of partisan politics. However, as we saw when Donald Trump was ousted during the last term, he was attacked a lot. And so it could be a little bit of tit for tat. But I think in this situation, it's surprising the depth of the subpoenas. But I don't have my hopes up that we're going to get to the bottom of anything or that anyone of any significance is going to be held accountable for anything. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be pessimistic, but we've all seen how politics plays out and nothing happens is basically the rule of the day.
Really interesting, Joseph. Thank you for your time this morning. Joseph Tully, criminal defence attorney, legal author based in San Francisco. The time is 12:39. You are listening to Ben Kentish here on LBC. Let's come back to your calls about the great British pub. Soon to be, perhaps, if the current trend continues, a thing of the past. They are closing in their droves. Why? And should we care if we should?